Let's try this again. A chair is still a chair, even when there's no one sitting there. But a chair is not a house, and a house is not a home when there's no one to turn the key, and no one saying that he's still in love with me. Moving out on Valentine's Day. Hey, people, we're going to try it again. I don't see that sign up there. So the issue I was coming on with, maybe I'll start off with a little small taste so we'll know what we're talking about here. But, I just drop into the beef sector when it's appropriate. And I think today is appropriate because there's news. Let's see what they have to say. Don't blame it on the oh, yes, moonlight. It's a remix. What's going on, y'all? Here's how it goes, honey. Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on the boogie. I just can't control myself. We're going to get a small taste of this. And then we're going to talk. Bitch, you got 4 people over there. One of them was myself. Let me come over here, bitch, and you got 7 people in here and take your whole chat, bitch. I would get 8 of them. I would get 8 people to take your chat, bitch. I wanted to come over and just shoot the shit with y'all for a second in between packing some things, submitting other pieces of things that were needed. I've been watching and seeing what's going on. The fallout of Lemon and the various women that are after Lemon. Give me one more minute. It's been crazy. Mm-hmm. It's been really crazy. Ladies, hey, Castro Cannon, good morning. I'm saying good morning. It's actually 4:30 here in Houston, Texas. I'm in the process of moving Castro, so look, everything in this is in disarray right now. How have you been, my brother? So I wanted to come on and address Dimples. Okay, so he wants to come on here and address Dimples and this other kind of lady, somebody. But the issue is, he said he's in the process of moving. He is packing now. Now, after several years of hearing about this Barbie Dream House, I forgot who used to call something Barbie Dream House, but he was so excited about moving into this house, which he had rented. Apparently, a co-worker owned the house. This was his big opportunity to move out of his small apartment into a house. It was one of his dreams to live in a house. He couldn't afford to buy a house. His situation was not such that he could go out and buy a house, correct? Which is, that's not unusual. But he found himself in this house, and I guess it's 2 or 3 bedroom house, much more than enough for a single person, right? So now he's saying that he is moving out of this house. There's been no previous mention of him moving anywhere or his desire to move anywhere, but suddenly it's happening. He is moving out of this house. Now he goes on a little bit later on this thing. How far in it? Let me see. Before he starts going off on these other girls, he goes on to say that this new house is a bigger house, and it's got in a gated community, and it's got 3.5 bathrooms, and all of this. And I'm just smelling bullshit, right? Now, we don't know if you're going to show us this new house of yours, but I can't imagine why you would need to move out of your dream house didn't you just put a pond in the house with like a koi pond with fish in it and all this kind of stuff? Did you do all this landscaping and so forth? Why are you suddenly moving out of this house and you're claiming that now you can not only afford that house, but you're going to get a big, huge house with 3.5 bathrooms? I can play that part if I can find it. You know, I'm not that great with red balling, but you said it's coming up. So at the same time, you're saying that you have all these boyfriends, which would indicate that you're not moving in with a man, right? You just suddenly hopped up and now you want to live in a much bigger house than the house that you already have, which is already excessive for your situation. Correct, Rebel Son? So we need to get the details on this house, because you have told us about the whole situation, even though you come back, always come in and say, oh, I never brag about what I have. Things could be gone in a flash. All this stuff that you talk, child, you were still in love with that house, right? An inanimate object. Why are you moving? And can we get a picture of this new home you have with 3.5 bathrooms and 3 bedrooms and in a gated community? I'm trying to figure out, what was he promoted to a doctor? Are you now a doctor? Because I can easily see a doctor moving into this kind of situation, right? But aren't you a little more than a nurse or some kind of technician? Why would you suddenly be able to rent another house? Because you said nothing about buying a house. You did not mention the words buy, did not cross your lips. So why would you move out of one rented house into another rented house is my question, because you're never going to be able to save up to get this, to buy a home, which is apparently is your desire. How are you going to do that? You keep moving into these rented houses, honey. Rented houses cost money. A rented house is damn near the same thing as a mortgage. So how are you going to carry that and save enough to buy a house? So this doesn't, it's kind of stinks, Rebel Son. Let's see if we can find it.
And Queen,
the magic wand. Come on.
Hey, Kimberly Black.
Okay.
Patient at all, except we both stand up to piss. Girl, you're not a trans woman. It's pointless. People can see it.
Okay, he's on here talking about a couple of other people.
Boom, bitch, without the motherfucking face. Will motherfucking demolish you, bitch. My credit for my face never gets declined.
But will your credit buy you a new house?
Play, sweetheart.
Now, some would say, well, Timothy, why is that your business? Why are you talking about that man, whatever his living condition is? Well, because it's the beef sector. And in the beef sector, this is news. It was news when he moved out of his apartment into this rented house, which he claimed he had connections to get. And now it is also news now that you're suddenly saying that you're packing. You're not mentioning, oh, I'm thinking about getting a house, or no, you're packing. You are moving right now. So did they throw you out? What is the issue here, the Rebel Son? Please explain. How y'all doing today? He's over here singing while he's packing, but he's very aggressive towards these girls. This one called what's these girls' name? Dimples is one of them, and the other one is
bar. I don't ever go out to a bar and have to pay for a drink if I don't want to. Don't ever get it twisted.
You hear the aggression?
Dimples, you're a caricature of a human. You're not real. Dimples, you look like fucking Geraldine on her worst day. I'm a trans woman. Rebel Son like trans women. No, Rebel Son.
Yeah, you seem very upset with this woman because she wears women's clothing. This boy, because he wears women's clothing. What's you doing, boy? Stop that. But you had no problem putting on dresses and wigs and lipstick and eyeshadow and all that to come and pretend to be Tracy. So one would have to say, well, tell him, Rebel Son, why did you have all this stuff available to you? Why would you have women's clothing in your house? Why would you have wigs in your trunk in your house? right? This tells us that you're also a drag queen, correct? Now, we don't know if you're a retired drag queen, you're a sometime drag queen, if you do certain shows, when you gather with these friends of yours you're always talking about, but you do drag as well, right? So he's on here calling these girls ugly and so forth. And I don't want to get on that subject. Y'all know how much I love to talk about people's looks, but whatever. All right, what was I saying? Okay, he seems to be very perturbed. He starts cussing these girls out horribly. If you are moving and you are packing right now, you have even taken off the day of work so you can pack your shit and get the hell out. I don't know why you would suddenly be even interested in coming making YouTube video. You're criticizing the girl. She only had 3 people watching. What's her name? Lady Tulsa. She only got, and at the same time where you have 8 people watching the Rebel Son, right? So it sounds like you might be a little angry, honey. Did you miss the payments, or did the people sell the house, or what are the details? I'm sure that many people would be fascinated. I would think that would be a fascinating story, right? And I would like to see this huge mansion you're moving into. Well, he didn't say mansion, but he did say there's a big house in the gated community with 3 bedrooms. I think that was all cover up for the fact that you were moving, right? Why didn't you ever mention moving before? That's my issue with you, the Rebel Son. Mm-hmm. Well, he the one came on here singing, talking about don't bring it on the sunshine and don't bring it on the moonlight and don't bring it on the good time. Just blame it on the boogie. He's head housekeeper. She's head housekeeper now. Oh, is that what it is? I'm gonna catch the replay. I saw the cover and knew it was about Miss Rebel Son. Mm-hmm. I don't know how he's doing that. I mean, it was a mystery to me how he was trying to keep this. He's trying to keep this Lexus he bought. I don't know if it was buy here, pay here, or whatever. It's not my business. But he's trying to keep that, and he's trying to rent this big house that he didn't need. But it's okay. He works every day. You can buy whatever the hell you want to buy. But he's not actually buying anything, right? He was just renting, right? He's got all these bills, and suddenly now he says he's moving out, and he's moving into this big house in a gated community with several bedrooms and 3.5 bathrooms. What the fuck are you gonna do with 3.5 bathrooms? Don't you live alone? Explain, the Rebel Son. And you leave them girls alone because they want to, if they want to be drags, if they want to be transgender, they can identify themselves as whatever the fuck they want to be, honey. Right? Don't they have that right? Particularly since you do the same thing. You do drags. So if you still got all that stuff around your apartment or your house, it tells me that at some point you were a drag queen. Because you put the whole makeup, the underwear, you had a bras in your house, correct? And then you come in here and calling these girls ugly. Mm-hmm. What y'all think? Child, please. Y'all see Donald Trump? This motherfucker is playing around with nuclear weapons. Now, people would say that there never could be a nuclear accident, right? Because the world would essentially be over if there was a nuclear accident, right? It was started a nuclear war. You could never win a nuclear war. He done took to laying off everybody in the goddamn government, including 300 people who are in charge of guarding the nuclear weapons. They're used as a deterrent. They're never intended to be used, right? That's how we stay safe, by threatening people that you cannot attack the United States of America. This fool, in his eagerness to please Elon Musk, they just start cutting everybody's job across the board, including the people in charge of the nuclear weapons. How easy would it be to have an accident now? Every day was, I don't know why that fool even want to be the president. For what you want to come over and take these weapons every day? Because everything you do is stupid. You were never equipped to be no goddamn president, child. He's still over here trying to blame other people because now they got another plane crash. Another plane. You done fired all the people in charge of the goddamn whatever keeps the shit in the air, right? And now we got another one, another plane crash. Fortunately, no one died in this one, right? But air traffic controllers, did you just fire them too? You just firing everybody. We don't need nothing. We don't need nothing because you're obsessed with saving the money. Like the people are just paying their taxes for you to acquire money. Oh, they're cheating us. They're cheating. Everybody's cheating America, right? How can you be the richest goddamn people on the planet and you're still complaining? How many deaths are they going to cause because they done suddenly took back all of the support that we give the world, honey? That's why we were respected. How much respect are we going to have? This fool is getting in here trying to act like he's Putin. He's Putin Jr. He wants to take over other countries. How many has he called out already? Fine. They didn't call this America, the Gulf of America, so they fired. You're fired. That was his whole career, right? He was obsessed with you're fired. That was his whole show, right? That was the only fortune he actually ever made, was having a show about firing people, correct? On the other hand, Elon Musk, he showed us what he would do. He bought Twitter for $45 billion and immediately went in and cut the staff, I think, by something like 80%. All he does is fire people. Trump plays one on TV and he does it for real. And Trump, I remember him telling him, oh, I admire you. You just came in and chop, 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 chop. What is the point, Donald Trump? Why do you want to continue to have these people pay taxes if they ain't going to get nothing for it? If they're not going to get no medical care, they're not going to get proper schooling. You want everybody to stay stupid and beneath you, right? Because if you're pink, your only qualification, are you pink? But when you cut all the funding for the schools, you're also going to cut it for poor white people. And believe it or not, Donald Trump, those are the ones that put your ass in office, right? Because they bought your bullshit, right? They bought that you were some kind of super brain. Oh, I know big words. I know big words. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Yeah, well, they about it. You're a poor man's billionaire, Donald Trump. It's just a bunch of yappity, yappity, yappity. And now you're leaning on Musk to make you a real one, correct? And there's been rumors and talk that you've already accomplished that since Elon Musk became the president. Mm-hmm. They upgraded their own house with his money from paying their mortgage. They upgraded their own house with his money from paying their mortgage, and now they put him out to either move in or rent to a higher earner. Ooh, who's your name? Thank you, Nikki. That's how I called it a couple years ago. Right. That's what they do when they have all these rent to own and all this shit. You go in there, you fix the place up, get it in shape to sell, then they sell the motherfucker. So either they sold the property or they're going to rent it. They figure, oh, wait, it looks nice. It looks real nice. But we have a different renter who we promised this property. You're out of there, buddy. Right. It just seems very, very suspicious, Rebel Son. You didn't seem to be unhappy with this house, right? You were always coming and talking about all the things you were doing in this house style. You were doing your decorating projects. You were putting in your koi ponds. You were having the parties, girl. I can't imagine why you would need a bigger place, correct? Something has happened there. So why don't you have, instead of just coming on to read these people, read their gender or what their gender identity, come and have a serious conversation and tell us exactly what happened, since we've been a part of the story from the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. Head house. He won't even say what he does. Not everybody sees patient. Not everybody see client. It's okay to have a job, people. I would just suggest, listen, if it is your ambition to be a homeowner, that's something that you value, then you need to start working on positioning yourself where you can actually buy a house. We have to begin with that credit. You out here buying Lexuses and all this kind of shit, right? You're spending like a drunken sailor. But what condition is your credit in? If an opportunity was to come up, would you be able to take advantage of it? Do you have any money? Renting is going to keep you broke. Correct. Now, why would you go rent a bigger house in a gated community? Or is that just to make it sound like, okay, I haven't been thrown out. It wasn't a bad circumstance, right? Oh, I'm just upgrading. I'm just up. It sounds like bullshit, Rebel Son. And I want to know the answer. You thought your phone was, hi, so sister number one show. But they can't call everyone to come back because they don't have yes, they can't call the people who were in charge of guarding the nuclear weapons. I mean, we probably spend a lot of money on guarding the nuclear weapons because that could end life as we know it. Correct. And now they're saying that the people who, I don't know why they don't have medical they don't have employment records for people who are in charge of our nuclear weapons. Apparently, some people know they don't have a file on them. They don't have a phone number on them. I don't know why people don't have a cell phone. I don't know why they wouldn't have that in their records. Maybe they got rid of the records. I have no idea. But that's dangerous. It is dangerous, and it's not the only department, right? We got people, we got airplanes falling out the goddamn sky, right? And he's still trying to blame Barack Obama. Buttigieg, they didn't have none of these kind of accidents when Buttigieg was in charge of that department. No, you came in and you immediately started firing people and putting these idiots in charge of every goddamn thing. None of them are qualified in their departments. What if we have a health emergency? You're going to trust a Kennedy who don't even believe there is no goddamn disease? You don't need no vaccine. Fuck it. It's just going to go away. That's what Trump said about COVID. It's just going to go away one day. It's going to go. How'd that work out for you, Trump? He ain't even took responsibility for that. He takes responsibility for nothing. All he does is blame, blame, blame. Right? Damn airplanes falling out the sky and shit, and then it's the black people's fault. Why don't we cut off any assistance in their education? Why don't we get rid of all of these black schools? What do you need a black school for? But you don't want them in the other schools either, right, Donald Trump? You want to keep them stupid. Keep everybody stupid except for the wealthy ones who can afford $100,000 a year to send their kids to school. Is that it, Trump? Fucking psychopath. Total class of people, rich and very, very poor. And he don't want to do shit for the poor either. I don't know what his plans is. He talking about fucking with Medi-Cal and Medicare and Social Security. What you gonna do? Just throw the old people on the street? Give them all a little cup? They don't work because they can't work. They're old, Trump. If your daddy didn't leave you no money, that's what your ass would be. God only knows what he's gonna do to the programs, welfare things. He don't understand. He don't understand. Okay, when you cut the welfare, you're gonna cut it from a whole lot of your people, because those are the ones who are dumb enough to vote for your ass. Right? How many of them factories are closed, still closed? When they was interviewing all them Trump supporters, they didn't look like no billionaires to me. The billionaires, they got enough sense to shut up and just get the money. Must be the money. Why would you want to throw everybody out of the government? What was the government poor or something? And put Musk in charge. What's the goddamn problem? Only one benefiting by all these damn cuts is him. How is that not a conflict of interest? I mean, I don't understand that. How is that not a conflict of interest? He had all these contracts, all these government contracts, and that's how he became a goddamn multi-billionaire in the first place. Now he done moved in. He just done bought his way into the goddamn government. Trump sitting down, he way over the top of him. Oh, yeah, what he said. Idiot. One fuck up with the goddamn nuclear weapons and we're done. He done laid off the damn people in charge. Oh, Lord have mercy. RFK, former heroin addict dealer. Mm-hmm. What was that? His auntie, she said he's the one who turned the other members of the family on to drugs. Yeah, he don't believe in vaccines. Why would you put somebody like that in charge of that department? This woman over here, the Russian czar or whatever the fuck she is, child, wasn't she pro-Russia? Aren't you, Donald Trump, pro-Russia? I mean, I thought you wanted to get America out of everybody else's business, out of every war. That was your first time you ran and lied, correct? Now you want to go start invading other countries. You're going to go into a war-torn Middle East, and we're just going to take over that and send those 2 million people, go somewhere else, right? I thought you didn't believe in immigration. So how are you going to push all this immigration on other people, other countries, right? And you want to build a hotel there? Mm-hmm. Let me see. Well, apparently Elon Musk, I guess his company is run by themselves, since he can suddenly go and move in Mar-a-Lago, and he got all this time to be in Trump business, right? He doing more work than Trump is. Trump golfs all the time. So I don't know how you can be the richest man in the world and you don't have to run these businesses, or it's just your job just to come here and fire everybody. That way we won't need so much tax money. So who gonna get the tax cuts? Trump. They see the rest of the world just leeching off the government. Really? That's what he says about all other countries. Oh, they're ripping us off. Oh, they're leeching off of. They're not paying nearly the amount. They Canada. They get trillions of dollars from us. No, they don't. They sell us products, and we buy them, and they buy ours. What was wrong with that? How did it been working for the last several hundred years, child? You bring your ass in here. Now everything's a problem. With all our neighbors, with the people across the sea, now it's a problem with Europe. It's a problem every goddamn where, right? And when these wars start, Donald Trump, who are you going to blame? You're over here picking on people like you're some big fucking bully. There are going to be wars. And you ain't going to be able to blame nobody but your ass. Oh, I saved the money. I saved the money. You got to pay more. You got to pay more. Everything's about a goddamn dollar. You don't know nothing about no fucking politics. I don't know why you even hopped your ass in there. The only one way to help, wait a minute. There's only one way to help Americans. The word is impeachment. They still ain't gonna do nothing to him. They impeached him twice. They let that fool get impeached twice the first time around, and then they let him get out of office, try to overthrow the goddamn government, right? And then they let him come back, and now he's gonna run again. Well, we already impeached him twice. Why would you even let him run again? And he just caused the insurrection on the White House. And then when he gets in office, he lets go of all of the violent criminals. 1,500 violent criminals. You think he let our black ass go? He's the president. Stupid ass people. We just in trouble. From the surface, it looked like America is doing so much better than the old days, but I don't know. I don't know what goes on out there in the red states. I just can't imagine how this could have happened. Twice. Always blaming everything on Biden, like Biden has some horrible presidency. No, he didn't. Biden had a very successful presidency, right? He tried to do things for the people. And Obama, you keep trying to reach back to Obama. Oh, look what Obama, I had to clean up the mess. You ain't cleaning up shit. You're making the mess. Every other goddamn day, we got to hear about some other mess you done made, fool. Oh, plus the 34 felonies. Ain't that something? Every time he went to court since he left the presidency, every time he went before a judge, considering the insurrection and all his other cases, his sex cases, his thievery cases, all the shit he done did, every judge said, guilty. Now, how in the hell are you going to be guilty 34 times just in that case, right? Everything is guilty, and your ass still walking the streets. And they make you the president. World is sick. Disgusting, honey. I can only watch so much, but thanks to the programs I watch, honey, it seems like it changes every 15 fucking minutes. He done did something else. White skin. Someone said shy girl complex. He ain't even ashamed of it. You would think you would at least have the decency to hide your bigotry and prejudice. He ain't even hide of it. He hiring people. Oh, I was a bigot long before it became fashionable. How old was he? 20 years old? How many departments is he in charge of? Motherfuckers or something else. Oh, there's the lady. Oh, did rebels rent to own home deal fall? I think so, Lady Dimple. Did rebels rent to own home deal fall through? Or did that doctor put him out? Oh Lord, the doctor, is he the one to own the house? Something happened there. That was just too sudden that you were actually packing bags, honey. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, he letting y'all have it over there, honey. You and that other girl. Rent to own. He probably had a contract for a certain amount of time. What, you had a lease? How long was the lease, Rebel Son? Because you're nothing but a glorified renter, right? And he didn't renew the lease, child, even though you put a koi pond in the backyard and fish. They're not even ashamed of just for the what's it called? DEI. Come in trying to destroy all minorities. If he can't deport them, he wants to cripple them. Right? And he can't cripple them, he wants to fire them. This damn Elon Musk think firing people is the only way. It's the only way. But you have responsibilities. What the fuck happened in Boston? What was that? The Boston Tea Party? Without representation. What was it? Taxation without representation. You're supposed to do something with that money. They're not just giving you donations to the government so you can spend it like it's yours. This is your company, your corporation. Save it for what? To cut your ass taxes so you can go sit on your fat ass and you 80 years old, girl. It's almost over any goddamn way. Give us a break. Musk didn't get to be the richest man in the world by not being obsessed with making more money. That's all money wants, is more money. That's how he got there. It's an obsession. Don't even try to hide that he wants to use American government money to put people on Mars. How the fuck you gonna create a whole new world? You're an egomaniac. He gonna have America pay for it. This whole new, I don't know if he's gonna get AI people. Are they gonna be imaginary people or actual humans on this Mars that you're gonna conquer? He had a good, he made a good investment. Musk did. You can buy the government for $250 million. That's a bargain. You paid $45 billion for Twitter. So you grossly overvalue Twitter and embarrassingly undervalue America. You had no idea how easy it would be to buy Trump. And they should make, since Trump is still bragging about him being all these billionaires and shit, they should make him pay them people who he lost all these lawsuits to. Give that woman, Carol, her money. You should do it anyway. Whatever happened to this what's that word again? He's supposed to D something where you're not a businessman as long as you're the president. What's that called? Y'all know? That's not diversified. It sounds similar to that. Please tell me. Well, the first time he ran for president, he said he was going to give up all power in his company, right? He was not going to make money off the back of the United States government. That's been thrown out the window, like everything else. All the laws are thrown out the window. He can't be found guilty of nothing. That's thrown out the window. All of his cases are thrown out the window. Everything is all around. We collectively kiss that fat, stinking pink ass of Donald Trump. It's crazy. Conflict of interest. Child girl. Your Musk is definitely a conflict of interest all over the goddamn place. There's going to be so many scandals with that dude, but he don't care. He just sees the dollar sign, right? Because he knows in 4 years this is done. So I got to get in here and do my damage right now. Get these contracts going right now. Get America to pay for exploration on the goddamn Mars right now. Don't you have enough money? Well, I mean, at some point, money shouldn't just... at some point, I would think that the desperation to get more money would leave you. I mean, you got more money than everybody. Shouldn't you find another game to play now? Something else you want to accomplish? Maybe you should take your ass to Mars, Musk. Why don't you work on that? Build the first condo on Mars. I'm just saying, you can afford to do it. You bought a president. I mean, can't you get a condo? Divest. See, I know somebody would know. Thank you, Hattie. He's supposed to divest. In other words, he's not supposed to be profiting from being the president, but yet he is. He's profiting by billions of dollars. It's all this Bitcoin shit. This motherfucker is the president, and he's still selling tennis shoes. He's selling everything that's not attached to the guy, including our Holy Bible. They don't give a fuck about this country, child. They're trying to get all they can get. Trump can't be reelected, although he gonna float this shit. Oh, it'll be the first time in history. I think you've done enough for the first time in history, Donald Trump. Right? You're not gonna be the president no more. You do not give a fuck. You're trying to get in here and get rich, get your family rich, and get you rich. You already did it for Kushner, right? Now he's taken care of. Now you need your personal wealth, right? Because you are a man heavily into debt. They didn't even make you come clean about paying $700 a year for taxes. You got away with that even. Damn. When you ran, you said, I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and they still make me president. And you were correct. That's one time when you were correct. So what's next? Are you going to start killing people? I like to think more people will vote next year, but I think they go back and forth, child. Republican, Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican, Democrat. We'll get Democrat, but it's a goddamn shame that whoever goes in that office, they're gonna have to spend their whole term cleaning up all the bullshit this fool did in 2 weeks. Don't tell them what condition we're gonna be in. Hell, you got half the government out of work. Plus, the Congress hasn't even approved of these damn buyouts of his. Although I don't think getting 7 months pay is no damn buyout. Not if I done put in 20, 30 years on a job. That ain't shit. But they're not even approved that, though. Where the money going to come from, Trump? He acts like it's all his. Mm. Rump is a liar, and he's not as rich as he's definitely not. They didn't prove that over and over again. He's definitely not rich. His business was putting his name on shit. Right? That's what he's doing now. And why ain't we hear no more about this illustrious wall of yours, Donald Trump? How many billions of dollars did you spend on that? They don't even hold you to account to that, girl. That ain't do nothing. That ain't slow down a goddamn. But why you got to trying to eject everybody from the country, right? Since your wall worked so goddamn well. Now he wants to build a goddamn condos in Gaza. In Gaza. Really? And you really think that will be successful, Donald Trump? Goddamn rockets and shit flying all over the goddamn place, girl. And you really think you're going to bring your punk ass over there and build golf courses? Crazy. You're a crazy person. You can't watch but so much of it, child. It is a TV show, but it is sickening. Mm-hmm. So are y'all gonna ask Donald Rebel Son to kindly come over here and explain himself? Right? Tell him, come over here and tell us the story before you move, since you just made a drop announcement that you're moving from this house that you've been talking about for the last 5 years. Right? Probably they're selling the damn house, child. Whatever it is, he's got to spin it. Spin, spin, spin. And you leave these women alone about people being ugly. You know how I feel about it. You know how I feel about you calling people ugly. And about you calling people drag queens, girl. Because there's still no explanation. You never said you went out and bought no drag to try to emulate Tracy. No, you already had all that, girl. Mm-hmm. Thanks for the 82 likes. Thank you, Soul Sister Number One Show. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Would you please hit that like button? Oh, and even consider a cash app every once in a while would be nice. Mm-hmm. Participation. That's encouragement. That's why we don't come on that much, people, because people, we ain't get no encouragement. Ain't nothing that encourages people like that almighty dollar, baby. Mm-hmm. They will get their punk ass up out of that bed, honey, and wobble over to the computer. That's unacceptable. Calling people ugly. Let me give them one more little small taste. Maybe we'll hear the part about him moving into a mansion within a gated community.
Doesn't like shit starters. If you're a gay person and you calling a woman out of her name and she calls you a F, is she homophobic because she called you an F? No, you shouldn't have been fucking with her. So when I come at you,
wait a minute, honey. Okay, you are reprimanding these girls for being angry with something they have with women. How often do you disrespect women, the Rebel Son? How many names have you called Tracy in the last 5 years, girl? Are they in the thousands? How have you talked to these women here in the beef sector for you to be criticizing somebody else talks in the beef sector? I mean, you got a lot of nerve, boy. Hold on a minute.
You trans women, stop fucking with me and I won't say anything to you. Fuck with me and I'm going to call you all kind of derogatory names. I'm telling you this. Come out
hey,
of clothes,
fitness is everything.
Bitch, and we will see who shits on who, Dimples. Now, I can't fuck with Queen Tulsa because that bitch is built up like a motherfucking football player in drag. But bitch, your arms look like motherfucking a China doll from the WWF, bitch. Don't play with me.
Rebel Son, just come and tell us about what happened. You don't got to be attacking people. You're talking about how they attack people. Nobody compares to you, girl. Right? Nothing compares to you. Come on here, honey, and just let it go. Let it go. Listen, I was blindsided. They called me on a Tuesday and they told me they sold my home, right? I had to leave. I have a certain amount of time to leave. Then it came time to renew the lease, and they won't renew the lease. Correct? I'm moving in with my mom. I'm moving in with a friend of mine for now because I haven't even had time to find a place to live. So we say, well, Rebel Son, why did you come here talking about you moving to a gated community with 3.5? You even numbered the bathrooms. How many bathrooms, how many bedrooms it was and all that. But yet there was no mention of it. Let it go, brother. I think you need to let it go. Let it go, baby. The pain, right? You were dependent on these people's home. You thought of it as your own home, right? That's why you built a koi pond in the backyard, girl. And it hurts. Don't take it out on these girls, right? Get it off of you. We know you ain't got enough money left to go and see a therapist or somebody, but surely there's somebody you can talk to. You don't want to talk to your friends because you're embarrassed, right? Hi, Annette. Let me speak to some of y'all. Fitness is everything. Shy girls here. My wonderful moderators. Soul Sister #1 show. Hey, y'all, what happened to S. Hutchinson? And how did J. Dunn case turn out? Anybody know? They ain't beefing much anymore. Is it because some started filing lawsuits? Oh, no, God, not more lawsuits. I guess that's the thing these days. Let me check the perimeter and see what's going on, honey. We know Trump going to have a different. Oh, let's see what he did in the last 15 minutes. Trump loses as Bernie uses own words against him. Delta Airlines flight crashes, flips upside down at Toronto airport. Lemon, I haven't even been following you, bro, but you have sure got your name in the beef sector over these last couple of weeks. Let me see. Okay, had your turn. I ain't no hater. An unmitigated desire for power. Trump's executive power grab reaches the Supreme Court. Well, he owns that. Whatever they cowards too, honey, because he put them in permanent offices. Okay. Trump Daytona stunt backfires. He gets called out on Fox. Yep, Trump. What else is going on? Let me see if there's anything local going on, honey. Yes, S. Hutchinson, he's live right now. So the person who wanted to know about S. Hutchinson, she's on there right now live, honey. I don't follow everybody anymore. I mean, there was a time where we all knew exactly what was going on, but I've kind of moved on. Anyway, thank y'all for coming in on today. I don't know if it's more or I just don't see or hear the beefing. She's on now beefing. When you rent and you invest in the home, will always sell it. The homeowner will always sell it. When you invest, right. So that's one of the oldest tricks in real estate. They have what they call a rent to own. They sell you a house that is in bad shape. They rent you a house that's in bad shape. They call it rent to own. You invest in the house because you live there and you are under the impression that you are actually buying the house, that at some point you'll save enough or you will own the house. So you go into it like I'm buying a house, but you're not buying a house. You're renting a house. And when you've gotten everything fixed and the plumbing is fixed and the lighting is fixed and you done put a new driveway in and you put a koi pond in the back, they're going to tell you, okay, I'm ready to sell. Do you have $120,000 for the down payment? If you don't have $120,000, I have another bidder. right? I have someone else interested because you fixed up their house to sell. You got it, Rebel Son? And if you got beat like that, make a video about that, honey. Tell us. Keep it real. To be real. It ended disastrous. I told him about that from the beginning. I told him when he first moved in there what that's all about, honey. I'm packing. That's how he announced that he's moving. He's packing. Damn, that was quick. You should collaborate with St. James. St. James was here in my apartment. Yeah, we have a video together. Marcellus, Mad Church Disease, and Regina, the Choice Talk Radio. No, I don't do collaborations with people. I go and visit people every once in a while, but I don't. It's easy for me just to do this. And really, what we have in common is a particular story circulating right now. I'm not in the church sector. However, I find some of those stories interesting. I am a gay Christian. So things that come through there, I find interesting. I'll talk about them. But I'm not in that sector. You know, I'm just not into church like that. Okay, but it's an idea. I'm sure we'll certainly talk to each other. I don't mind dropping in over there. Usually when you drop in on people, though, they've already finished. You can't comment unless you catch them when they first come on and they open it up for discussion. But we see what a disaster that turned out to be. I went over to that Big Boys thing. I wish I never had. Ungrateful. People ain't beefing, they just cussing. Woo! YouTube couldn't read. YouTube couldn't write. One thing YouTube sure could do right. They could swear. I declare. Oh, I remember YouTube just a fussing and being mean. Y'all remember that? Let me see. Because they know you don't have a lump sum to purchase the home. They know you ain't got no lump sum, child. You ain't got no money. A lot of people, their credit is so bad. Everybody gonna lend you no houses these days. It ain't like the old days when you buy a house for $30,000, honey. These houses, child, is $400,000 and $500,000. Right? You need good credit and you need a sizable down payment. Now you could be like Jay Wilson and have you could have a HUD loan, but even that's for first-time buyers. Where I think something like 3% down kind of thing. They arrange a down payment for you. But even then, if the damn house is $600,000 and $700,000, child, I don't think he's ready. I don't think he has the credit for it, and I know he don't have the cash for it. So I don't know why he would come on here fronting about he's moving into some fancy house and behind. Why would you need a bigger house than that, honey? More bedrooms. Who in the hell needs 3.5 bedrooms for one person? With the piece of tree, got to use a bathroom. That still leaves 2.5 more bathrooms, child. That's bullshit story. I don't believe it. Show us the picture, Rebel Son. We're interested. Thanks for coming in, people. Later.